I think. There it goes. Okay, great. So, welcome to our Tuesday game. We've changed it temporarily or possibly permanently or whatever. We shall see how it goes to a Cyberpunk Red game entitled Dark Skies. This is session, or rather series, 1.1, entitled The Night City Stalker. We did the prologue session off camera. But to just give a really quick synopsis as to what's happened, the group met with a fixer who instructed them to get in contact with a media named Caroline Medina, who is needing protection for the evening. She intends to transfer data and basically take on a couple of news network bidders in Night City to purchase information she has regarding a known individual known as the Night City Stalker, um, who is basically a bordering on cyber psychosis um, uh, serial killer. Um, and apparently, Caroline Medina states that she has information that points to the fact that his um, gear, his kit, has been given to him and upgraded since he was released from prison by Militech, a known mega corporation in Night City, also a PMC or private military company. Um, that said, they after speaking to each other and trying to decide where the safest place to take Miss Medina would be, they decided upon the apartment slash Ripper Doc office of one of the group, individual named Odette, played by Stephanie. And Stephanie, tell us a bit about Odette, just appearance wise, so we can get that caught up there.
Sorry, I had to cough. Um, so basically, she's about 5'6", thin build, of Asian descent, has purple hair with like two pigtails that are kind of like in Liberty spikes, and they're purple and green. She's wearing a white like nurse outfit, like a short nurse outfit, white and red. Has like really big black combat boots on with faces on the bottom, and she carries around a giant hypodermic syringe.
All right. And the door is currently being watched by the probably only martially capable, or maybe one of two martially capable people in this office right now. And that's Crystal, played by Elizabeth. Go ahead and describe your character for us.
Sorry, I
Elizabeth?
lost my mouse.
Oh.
So Crystal is an overly tanned, bleach blonde, valley girl type. Short curly hair, about average height. Has her nails done. Doesn't give a care in the world, except for earning her cash.
And
Yeah.
yeah, duffel bag with some gear, which I believe last session she was readying up some stuff.
Yeah.
Uh, in the apartment proper, with Odette, is the other two members of the group. The person who drove everyone here in his shiny pickup truck is our nomad individual by the name of Calvin of the Gibson family. And yeah, David, go ahead and tell us a bit about your character.
Calvin Gibson is, I guess, above average height guy, but dark skin, cool mohawk. Only knows driving trucks and trying to provide and do right by his family. Oh, he's got cool Wolverine claws and a grapple gun.
He's also got
yeah.
cool Wolverine claws and a grapple gun.
By the way, He
By
just
the
has
way,
this.
Those are accurate
those are his
statements.
character traits.
Those are really defining backstory things that
Yeah.
are basically going to be really good narratively. I mean, hell, they made a bunch of movies off of a guy with Wolverine claws that were really bad, and they still made money. So,
It's true.
I liked those movies.
wow, nobody's perfect.
There was one good one, and that was it.
Also
Oh
on
man.
the couch in the apartment, not to get too deep into that, is the netrunner of the group, and we're going to basically try and rehash some stuff we did very mediocrely in the preliminary session. We'll get to that in a second, but yeah, describe your character, Carbon, Michael's character. Carbon.
Yep. So not. You didn't share Stephanie's handout apparently. So
Yeah, dude.
well,
I
she
did.
I don't know. So Carbon is not much to say. Basically, he's just born on the streets. Learned everything he did from just finding books and stuff and rundown buildings and all that, and getting resources from doing jobs. Basically, a self-made netrunner, just trying to progress essentially, and get the hell out of that position he's in.
Boy's also a hungry boy.
Yeah, he's got to eat a lot. He's got a lot of hacking to do.
Yeah. Hack that meat. So that said, um, we didn't discuss too deeply into how net running works, and I've been trying to find good tutorials online for good baseline for it. I'm mostly just going with how I was instructed how it works when we played at the Jumpstart in at Gen Con like 2 years ago. Back in the before times, and
The old times.
that said, your virtuality goggles, which are part of your kit, allow you to kind of see in the real world, simultaneously able to see the net and access points to the net, while you are effectively trying to run, looking at net space. You can perform net actions, or you can perform meet actions. Meet actions are non-move actions that take place in reality, things that you're doing physically and in regular action, which could be normal mundane stuff like the rest of your loser party is going to be doing, or it could be more specific towards your role as a netrunner. And then there are net actions that are more specific to manipulating and interacting, or rather interfacing with the net. So the main thing that we didn't kind of get into is explaining the net architecture in the building. We did discuss the building as a whole being a 12-story old building in Haywood. It used to be a trauma team facility, but because they wanted more property, they moved away from that position and to a place further south, and that left the building kind of open to be used as apartment space, or as office space for people who would need medical supplies and kind of medical kind of facilities, such as our Ripper Doc friend. That said, we also discussed how the older but still functioning security system on the elevators allows for people who are utilizing the elevator to only go to places that they're allowed to go to. So one part of the net architecture that we discussed second, we didn't discuss directly, but I mentioned and kind of didn't delve into, is the elevator itself. So that's one thing that you can see in the net architecture that you can interface with. Also, the camera systems, which you successfully interfaced with and have control over. And that's specifically 3 cameras. The camera on your floor, out towards the door, which seems to be the only operational camera on any of the floors besides the roof access point and the main lobby access point. Now, you've been in the main lobby. The main lobby is just a pretty massive room that leads up to a series of different elevators, which each go to different parts of the building above. You are kind of centered on the northeastern wing of the building. So the elevator that you would be going into, of the 6 elevators on the ground floor, kind of be in the far right corner when you enter in. So yeah, you would know that the camera systems are yours to control, and you can manipulate those as you please. And then the other systems that you're aware of in here would be external connection systems. So because this was once a trauma team location, it had to have a good means of connecting to just the net as a whole. But that was certainly before the Corpo Wars and also, the scouring of the net. But there does seem to be connectivity to external structures. You would know that the further out you get, the more likely it is that you are assaulted by rabbits, which are programs that are crazy on the net space, which is a bad choice to do. But you think that you could probably connect to the building that the sniper friend is in, which we'll discuss here in a second. You could probably connect to the utilities around the building and inside of the building as well. Any questions regarding that?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay.
And then probably be looking at some stuff on the side as well to try to like further more of that.
Now, something I also did you wrong by is when you were rolling your dice, you were actually rolling really well. Because I did not realize that when you make an interface check, you do not actually add your intelligence to it. It is just your interface ability, like your skill, plus the D10 roll. So you were actually doing pretty well. So that said, you have control of the cameras. And as we discussed last session, in your camera sighting, you saw that a very strange individual in kind of a cloak or large coat with a hood drawn over his head was entering into the lounge. It appears that this individual has cyber limbs, hydraulic ramjets on his arms and his legs, and there appears to be a kind of strange portion of metal and tubing kind of attached to the lower side of his face. You can see that there's face there, but it looks like it's mostly just bits of real skin that have been drafted over kind of a chromed out skull. And this individual, menacing as he looks exactly like if you were able to catch the VOD that Medina had, the guy who rips the trachea out of the strange individual in front of the bank. But I think Crystal was the only one who saw that. That said, so you see this person approaching, and the last thing that you did, and I said you failed, but psych, your roll was actually good enough to do it. You said you wanted to interface with the elevators. So you have done so successfully with that roll that you made.
Sweet.
Last time. So now that you have access to this specific portion of the net, again, you can take net actions relating to it, and you can take up to 3. So options that you have, you could jack in or jack out of it. If you don't jack out of it as a net action, you're stuck to it until you do. You can activate or deactivate one of the programs in that specific portion of the net architecture. So you could just shut off the elevators entirely. It looks like inside of the elevator, you have the very basic program of elevator go up, elevator go down based on press or access. You have the security lockout function, which only allows people of a specific designation, identifiable by looks like some sort of RFID that's on the person who enters in. So presumably your friend Odette has a key that allows her to be recognized by the elevator when she enters it. and it does look like there are base systems in the elevator. They're going to happen no matter what. So if the elevator were to just be shut off, it's not just going to fall and plummet down to the bottom. There's a security system in there that will cause it to lock in place. It's probably going to be a lot more difficult to shut that security system off since it's hard-lined into the elevator. Not impossible, though. But yeah, you basically have access to the portion of this building's net architecture that is the elevator now.
Okay. Am I able? I can go up and down. Am I able to like? I couldn't do something like drop it or anything, right?
You could, but again, it'll drop at its normal base speed, which, if you're gauging it, it looks like it moves at about 30 miles per hour.
Yeah. I was hoping I could like disable its stopping ability or something.
Well, yeah, you could disable its security system if you want to give that a shot.
Ooh. Well, so I have to spend an action to jack in if I want to do any of this, right?
Well, so jacking in was the first action of your 3 net actions that you
Oh, okay, so that was what I did last time. So
Yeah.
did that.
But we're not in combat yet, so it's,
Gotcha.
that's just more for if he actually does start making his way up here.
Yeah. I'm just trying to get an understanding of how it all works so I can kind of be creative.
100%.
But yep, I'm good.
Okay. So you do see him approach that elevator. As he does so, you see him kind of look to his arm. There appears to be a cyber deck kind of mounted into his chromed out arm, and he kind of does a quick couple of things on his arm, and you watch the doors of the elevator open up. This would be the elevator that would lead towards you. He steps inside. You would see the small term on the elevator where a keypad would be, but instead there's a digital display. It switches and it shows the available options for him, and it appears he has the run of it. He could go to any floor he'd like.
So I want to disable his ability to move the elevator at all.
Okay. So yeah, you'd do so since you currently have control of it, and so you'd watch from outside. It kind of shut down. You see him kind of look at his arm, look at the thing, kind of get annoyed, and it seems like he's kind of stuck there. He steps outside of the elevator, and the second he does, the door's shut. It seems like whatever key he had, you basically turned his fob into a useless stick. All right. Watching him, he just kind of meanders around in the lobby for a couple of moments, and then heads outside. Your friend on the phone, still connected to you, says, "What are you doing up there? What's going on?" He came outside. And we didn't talk about him like I said we would, so we will do so now. Calvin Gibson called one of the members of his family to come assist. The member in question was an individual named Richard Coomer, whose handle is Coomer. And he is on the building opposite, which is a good, 100 or so feet, because the road in between the two is pretty wide. It's a 3-lane just drive. And he's across the way with his massive rifle kind of trained in that direction, giving the play-by-play.
I'll pop over to Odette. Just to confirm, like, no one's supposed to come here right now, right? Like, we're closed? Odette!
What?
So excited about Yahtzee.
There's no one supposed to be coming here, right?
Oh, no. Why?
I got a guy, my guy on the other building has got eyes on someone. He just came in and went out the door again.
Oh, that doesn't sound right.
Well, I'm not going to take any chances.
You hear a voice from the other side. "Do you got eyes on him?" And it seems to be Caroline Medina yelling over to you lot.
I think we do.
You hear on the phone. I don't know where he went.
Oh shit. What do you mean?
I lost him. I don't know where he's at.
Like right in front of you?
He literally walked into the shadows between two streetlights, and I don't see him anymore. I switched over to therms, and he's not even. He's gone.
Well, shit. What kind of tech does that?
Hey, John, how extensive is my ability to like basically hack into things? Like, is this like Watch Dogs level where I can hack cameras from other cameras?
So yeah, it is watchdog level. I guess would be a good way of describing it. You could look through a camera, see a thing, and try and hack it from that position. Um, yeah, because virtuality goggles, I don't see why they would.
Limit you from that.
Yeah.
Can I look through one of the outside cameras of the building to look for any kind of? I would assume the city has general security cameras. I don't know much about the lore.
Yeah, well, there aren't
All interconnected.
There aren't CCTV cameras outside on the building. The three cameras, as I mentioned, you've got the
Oh,
one in the
okay.
lobby, one on the roof, and then the one just outside of the room that you're in, or just outside of the office that you're in. The uh, I would say your best bet at that would be um, going through the outside, like I mentioned, and trying to connect to the city's utilities outside. But again, yeah, not too much further than like the other building across the way. Too far out, and you'll start.
Yeah,
getting in
I
the
don't like that idea.
darker bits of the net.
Okay. Okay, never mind.
Okay. Um, but yeah, do you want to keep an eye on any one of those specific cameras, or just switch between the three, cycling?
I'm pretty much gonna cycle between them. I wouldn't have a reason to. I want to focus a little bit more effort on the rooftop camera.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll me a dice. Bear with me here.
Can I ask Caroline what he's supposed to look like?
Um, Real quick, what you can do, and again, Super Tech, Michael, you've seen him and you have camera footage of him. You also have memory storage, so I'm assuming you could have. And again, this is something you'll learn over time. Just say it moving forward, but you could grab a screen grab of him during that, and then you can just send it to everybody's agent so that they have a picture of the party in question.
Did not know I could do that. That's exactly what I'm gonna do, though.
It's what
I mean, I totally knew I could do that, and I was gonna do that, but
your character would know that they could do that. But yeah, everyone has an image of the Night City Stalker. Yeah, apparently a creepy ass motherfucker. Looks like he stands about 6'7". The hood of his cloak, cape thing, makes him stand a little bit taller. I mean, he genuinely looks like a D&D reject.
Thanks, Carbon.
With
and
robot
out loud as I do it from the couch, I just yell, "You're welcome."
I said thanks.
That was gonna be before you said thanks.
I thought you just say tater tots.
Tater tots.
So, I'm trying to figure out. There we go. Maybe that'll work.
You can repay me in tater tots. There we go.
Oh, we can hook you up.
We can always go out for tacos after this.
Hell
Yes.
yeah. It's almost like real meat, I believe is the slogan of 2045 Taco Bell. That said,
Taco Bell Pepsi War.
Coomer dings on the phone again, and he says, I don't know if I'm seeing this right, but I'm pretty sure your guy's climbing up the side of the building.
I was legit gonna be like, hey, keep a wide eye. I'm gonna send him this picture. I'm gonna send him the picture and be like, hey, if this guy shows up again, take a shot.
He's like, I'm gonna do it. And you hear a loud. Well, you probably don't hear it very much, the sound blocking windows, but you would definitely see a large flash from outside. Those of you who are close to a window, because it is on that side, he says, "I got him."
Can you confirm a kill?
Try and this guy's not generating any heat signals.
Was he before though?
Ah, shit.
I don't know if he was
Oh,
before.
no.
He's totally off the scopes.
I'm trying to find like the heart of an accent or like
This is bad
the
news.
character, but I can't.
You know, it's okay. I mean, Elizabeth said she was like, Valley Girl, and she hasn't done that yet, so it's fine.
Hey, my character hasn't even spoken yet.
I kind of heard that.
I'll just say that my accent has been perfect this whole time. Nerdy white guy.
Ah, shit.
Excellent job.
I know it's a hard stretch for you to roleplay into that, but
Smart nerdy white guy. Can't be Michael.
Hey, his
No,
overall
it's
emotion,
spot on.
his overall emotional attitude is very, very different from me.
fair. But your friend says I can't see him. I can't see him.
Am I able to remote start my truck?
No.
Damn it. Does Coomer have access to my truck?
You'd have to go downstairs and get to it.
Damn it. I want him to have access to my truck at least.
Yeah. So for you, it's tethering because you have interface plugs. You connect to your vehicle when you get into it. It kind of
Only
gives
physically.
it gives you like the heads up, kind of like where you're driving, and like you can kind of see the turn before it comes, kind of deal. You can also kind of understand like anything that might be wrong with the vehicle more quickly. Yeah.
Yeah, me and Michelle share that kind of understanding.
Right. But you don't have that kind of you don't have the remote connection capabilities because you don't have a deck.
Well, I'll relay the fact that Coomer took a shot, but he can't find the body to prove it.
I hit him. He says also.
Coomer said it was a clean hit.
I mean, I did not miss. I watched him fall, but then he just disappeared again.
And he's one of my best. He's one of our best. I share that with everybody.
No. I'm not even close to you guys.
Hanging out with Medina, and she says, "Well, this bidding's going pretty good, but if he's already here, I'm not feeling too safe about staying here. Do we have any options for getting out safely?"
Well, like, I'm not used to this area, so,
Love it.
well, so, I guess we'll have to, like, talk to everyone else. But the truck is downstairs, so that'd be, like, right by where he's at. I guess we could see if we could go to, like, another floor.
Yeah, she says. I don't know. If we don't know where he's at, I mean, I'm pretty sure he could cut all us down in no time. Yeah. Come here. I'll show you why I'm saying that. And she kind of like spins around her thing, and she shows you a couple of the articles that she seems to have pulled that are pieces of equipment that the Night City Stalker received from Militech upon his release. And one appears to be an experimental weapon system that basically has engaged blades that exit out of her arms and superheat at their ends. They're known as mantis blades.
Oh shit, that sounds cool. Can I get some?
No, because they actually don't exist in this era.
Well, shit.
But they're from the future.
They're from 2077.
The future!
Seems to be a very experimental system. It does look like it has some weaknesses to it. Maybe shooting here, and she kind of points at the schematic she has. But again, I can't be 100% sure. I just know that, yeah, I need to, if we move, I'm going to have to shut down, and we're going to have to pick back up wherever we get to. But again, if you're sure about this place, then we can stick it out here too. She says as she gets up, and she starts walking towards the apartment.
Okay. Wait, when did you get there?
Oh, you said that, and I started walking, but I wouldn't have gotten there in time to see that stuff, though.
No, you would
Okay.
have.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right.
um,
So it's you two in the front there.
yeah. So you guys are in the front. Okay, gotcha. So Carolyn doesn't like being here right now. She
All right.
No, you're doing good. Keep
I'll
it
laugh
up.
every time. So Carolyn doesn't like being here right now. Are we good here, or do we need to move? Because like that guy apparently who's like after us and after her has some like crazy new weapons, and they look super cool. Like, we good? John, I'm
I dig it.
hiding. I'm hiding.
I love her.
She's down for business, but she's just got that voice.
Oh yeah, I'm assuming she's saying this all while strapped with a Militech Ronin, and like
Yeah.
she's just like flipping it around like no problem. She's like,
Yeah, just casual. It's like Elle Woods, but if she was like military instead of law school.
I dig it. But yeah, she's saying that
Oh.
to you there, Calvin.
Me? I don't know
Yeah.
much about this position. I don't trust it much myself. I ain't seen much that's defensible about it outside the windows. This means we're trapped in here, so I tend to agree.
So we can't move then.
I would love to move, but
Mm.
So
don't know
can
where
we
we'd move
move,
to.
or do we have another spot?
I don't know. I think we gotta ask our resident nurse.
Well, let's go.
I
Probably
mean-
not a nurse, but
Nurse adjacent. Okay,
No,
so we're
well,
moving back
you-
to the apartment.
Nurse is fine. I don't know if this would be a good time to tell you all that I don't actually leave my apartment too often.
Oh, you're a shut-in. Great.
I wear this title proudly. Mm,
So how much do you trust the space? Because it sounds like we've already had someone coming after us, and they have some crazy weapons that Carolyn showed me, and they're pretty cool, not gonna lie. Kind of want one, but are we Gucci here? Like, do we know?
well, we're pretty well fortified. The walls are bulletproof. I guess it just depends on what this troublemaker has in store.
Well, obviously not good. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. Looks over at Carbon. What do you think?
oh, it's the thing from the trailer. You madman.
Well, I can. I have control over all this stuff in here already. The only thing I could think of would be my place, but we are not going there. It is an apartment.
Well, we're also in an apartment.
This
What do you
is-
have? Too much porn laying
Uh,
around?
Well, I mean, this is definitely a little bit more fortified than my little studio.
Don't worry, we have here too.
And you hear from the side, you hear Caroline say, laying around, that boy probably has more BD on his backlog than just scratching your nose. BD being brain dance, by the way.
Just breakdance.
Quick question. I sent Sagan a text, but I forgot how to do that.
Oh, right on. So the way we're playing that is if you go into your handouts and you click on or in character under contacts, and then go to yours, and then click on Sagan, and then just click on edit, And then in the description and notes, just type your message.
Gotcha. Where'd you go, man? Why is he not popping out?
I just made him do it.
Okay. Well, that's Anika. Let's see.
My dad.
Gramps.
He's not popping up.
She seems to be messing with her phone.
I can pop everyone up but him.
I just popped him up for you.
No, that was Anika.
That's Onika?
I don't see anyone right now.
I've got Sagan.
Yeah.
What?
Give me Sagan too.
Your computer's having fun,
Yeah, it's not. It's something dumb.
It's on vacation.
apparently.
Didn't like my handout. It doesn't like any of the handouts related to me. Oh my god.
Well, you can type it in your side chat in Discord, and I'll move it over to the handouts. That works fine too.
Okay.
But yeah, she appears to be texting on her agent. That said, seems to be kind of just quiet outside. Nothing coming in.
I can tell Carbon's in that runner
Oh yeah.
at this point. That's-
The virtuality goggles are giving it away. Yeah.
all right.
Yeah. And the fact that he said that he's got a hold on, basically.
Yeah, I at this point I have actually told you that I have hacked everything.
Then, Carbon, you know anything about like the, did you see anything with him like just disappearing in front? Coomer said he just disappeared out front after he took a shot.
I
Or no,
stopped him. I
before he
saw
took a
him, stopped him from getting in the elevator and using it, and he left. That's it.
You also would have overheard Michael, and again, this is more for just getting you guys into kind of the mindset of asking the right questions, because that's a lot about this game. But you overheard Crystal. Well, Crystal was telling everybody that Caroline showed specs on stuff to her regarding the guy's loadout.
And they looked real good.
That too. But yeah, nothing. I didn't actually see him like
Vanished.
disappear or anything. He left.
Yeah.
Is there any place better in this building than this floor?
And can we get there?
Can we get there? And can we get there? I have no idea.
What accent was that?
It was trash.
Trash.
Hey,
Where are
let's
you
not
going?
make fun of people's accents now.
Okay, fair.
Because that's not what we do. It's not what we say.
Oh, I sent him.
What you
I sent
say?
him his text,
Okay.
John.
This is some nice chill music.
Yeah, for now. He replies.
Fuck you, Gramps.
She yells at her agent. But yeah, flipping back between the camera cycling, not really getting any signs of anything. As I said, it was kind of about afternoon or early afternoon when you started, and it was about 2 hours before he showed up. So we're kind of like, early evening, late afternoon, and so he's using the shadows of the building pretty usefully, despite it being pretty bright out. that said, as you kind of wait it out and continue keeping an eye out, eventually, say about another hour after, you get another ping for sighting on him, Michael. Carbon looks through the roof camera, and you can see a cloaked figure coming up over the back end of the building, coming up onto the roof of the building you're in.
So I can now see him on the roof camera, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hearing what Coomer had said about he doesn't have any kind of heat signal, can I attempt to, through the camera, hack into, him?
Yeah, you can try. That's going to be very difficult because he may not have like connective signaling or any kind of like wireless means of connecting to him. It might be an internal system. But
I've used 2 out of 3 actions right now.
no, that's
Or-
for again,
When I initiate something.
if we get into a combat during a turn, everyone else will be acting like normally, right? But you'll be doing the double hack thing where you're basically able to take 3 net actions during the
Oh,
time
so
it would
that's
take
okay.
someone to meet action.
Okay, so outside of combat, it's just whatever I can think of essentially.
Yeah.
And roll for.
Exactly.
Okay. Cool.
So go ahead and make an interface
Yeah.
check here, and we'll see if there's anything that you can kind of link into with him.
Where is it at?
You can do it, nerd boy.
Where is interface? Oh, there it
It should
is.
be on
Okay.
your front. Yeah, there you go. So you do realize, and you did watch him do it. You do realize he has a cyber deck on his arm. It seems to be connected to him and his Neuralink, and you're able to kind of get a read on it. You're not able, and I might sound like I'm underwater for a little while. Apologies, but yeah, that's just the life I lead. Underwater. But yeah, you're able to get a read on it, but not anything kind of connected to him. The link seems to be blocked out. So what you can do with that though is you can start messing with that deck. Now, here's the thing. His deck is not unprotected like the net on this building, because again, nobody's keeping up with the building. So there are layers to the deck that you are entering, and this is how this works. So you have entered into his net architecture. Okay, it appears that his net architecture has a 7-floor structure in his deck,
Phew.
which is pretty heavy. It looks like the first floor is a password system, and you've already bested that with that interface check. Get into that first floor. It looks like the second floor moving on appears to have a file system from what you can see, and you can get into that system by attempting to do so, or you can just scan it from here. Let's see. Where is it? So interface abilities. You can use the scanner action to, in meat space, to find a location, which we've done. You can use the backdoor option that allows you to break through passwords, which we kind of moved through, and that's what you've done. You can use the cloak action to hide traces of your presence and any virus that you leave in the architecture when you use the cloak action. There's the control action, which allows you to take control of the net architectures. You've been using the control action unknowingly for the cameras and for the elevator, for the systems outside. You can use the ID action to gain information, like files, like in that next one, and take them. You can use the Pathfinder action to find more about the net architecture beyond. So it's kind of what we're discussing here, is you can look into that next slot and see if there's any other programs you can't see. You can use the slide action to attempt to flee a combat with a non-demon black ice program. So demons are basically AIs that operate things and continue to do things over time. Um, Black ice is a terminology for programs that can technically be hostile to people entering into the net. And then you also have the virus action, which allows you to basically um, leave a virus in the architecture um, and uh, and then jack out.
And how much of this is this going to be considered like the combat situation with
These
three? Or?
these are actions, so these would be actions that you take in net space. Oh, there's also Zap, which allows you to basically frag a program or a net runner and do zap damage to it.
Mhm. So I'd be able to do more than one action?
Yeah, because we are technically
Okay.
going into a you versus me situation.
Gotcha.
So you've already utilized the backdoor action to
Hmm.
bypass the first layer. If you wish to move into the second layer, you can, or you can Pathfinder and see if there's anything in level 2 that is going to be bad for you. Or you could, now knowing that there is data there, you could move into the second floor and ID it and try and take the data that's present.
That's what I want to start with,
Okay.
because I do want to ID all the data.
Okay. So what happens here is when you enter into level 2, you realize that there is a anti-personnel black ice present on level 2 that was itself cloaked. Um, it doesn't seem to be like a very big one, um, but it is going to attempt to destroy you.
Well, okay.
All right. So it's going to attack, and it does hit you. You are running on a non-insulated deck, standard medium ground deck. Um, you will take 3 points of direct damage, so 3 hit point damage, and you would know that as long as you're jacked in and are on this level with it, or in a level with it, you will continue to take 2 damage um, whenever you end your turn.
Gotcha.
You would
But it's
know,
not forcing me out.
right? It's trying to kill you while you're in, so you would know that this is a Hellhound Black Ice program. They're pretty
Gotcha.
expensive, so this is pretty good gear. But again, you might be able to best it. Um, now we go to your programs, which we discussed before, but I didn't actually fill in because I'm a lazy referee, the worst kind of referee. But we're going to discuss them here. So you have the sword program. You also have the shield program. So the sword program you can use to attack the Black Ice program. Um, it will deal 3d6 res, which is program hit points, um, to a Black Ice program. Or if you were doing it to a non-Black Ice program, it would be 2d6. The shield program, which we discussed, as a defensive thing, would stop the first successful non-Black Eyes program effect from dealing brain damage. This is a Black Eyes program, so shield won't work against it.
Do I have to attack it before I can do anything else then?
Um,
I can't just ignore it?
you can slide and move to a different layer, or you can just take the damage and do what you were doing before. Because again, you've already stated an action; it kind of interrupted that. So
Yeah.
give
So,
give me an interface to see if we can pull the file ID it. Perfect, on the nose. So that said, you do manage to find out everything about the file. It seems that the file in question is a series of security measures or anti-security measures that allow him to override the matters inside the working systems of this without having to be a netrunner. It seems like these are basically um, RFIDs that relegate to whatever it needs to be to allow entry.
okay.
and so you would know that that program in specific. You'd want to destroy it as well. So now there's 2 programs that are present that you want to deal with. You still have 2 more, or 1 more action.
Yep. We're going to. I'm going to use sword.
Okay. Go ahead and roll 3d6.
That is a 4-1-4, so 9 total.
Okay. So you would know that this is a pretty beefy program. You feel like you've probably done a bit of damage to it. You're thinking, that was a pretty strong hit, but you'll probably have to hit it at least 1 more time, if not a 3rd time. That said, it acted after or in between, so it would have technically acted now. It'll cycle back around to you, taking 3 more actions.
Okay. So, I'm going to go with sword again on it.
Go ahead and roll more damage.
So you said 3d6?
Mm-hmm.
This was 3-2-2 for 7.
Okay. Just enough for this specific Hellhound. You managed to destroy the program. And you would note that at this point, it seems that the user of the device is going to be engaging. So after your net space actions, he will be taking a meat space action. So you have 2 more actions.
So I still do have 2? Okay.
Yep.
And you said there was another program present
The program
at this point?
The program present is the cycler. It's the one that allows him to keep accessing the elevator that you locked him out of that one time, but you would...
Oh, gotcha.
It seems like he can change it.
Yeah. I'm going to actually... do I still have to attack that program similarly?
Yeah, you could use sword against it. You could just zap it. Or
I'll say, what about this Vrizbolt?
you could Vrizbolt it.
Let's go ahead and Vrizbolt.
Now, Vrizbolt says...
I
Does
assume
one
it's
d-
stronger, but...
No. So Vrizbolt's good against other net runners. So it'll do damage to
gotcha.
a net runner's brain. And it lowers the amount of actions the net runner can take by 1.
Okay.
So
let's just sword this thing again.
Okay.
Ooh, 5, 6.
That's really good. So you smash the cycler program, no problem. You have 1 action left, and at this point you can kind of freely engage with this thing, or you can slip out.
I actually want to... So for the virus, is action in and of itself, or do I have to use Worm specifically, which is in my cyber deck?
So Worm is a program you would use, and it is... Worm is specifically for backdooring.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you were wanting to...
I kind of just want to plant a virus and jack out at that point, but that'll be an action later.
Yeah, so jacking out would be an action later. You would know that it feels like the operator of the cyber deck is doing something in meat space. So, yeah, do you want to remain connected to him, or...
Well, I want to try to plant a virus right now.
Sure.
That's my 3rd action.
All right.
Yeah, remind him what COVID's like.
Okay. So that said, the action that you realize he's taking in meat space is ripping the cyber deck out of him, which depowers it while you're still in that architecture. But you aren't directly in that architecture. You are tethered to that architecture through the camera and also the building's architecture. So bear with me here. I need to see what happens to a netrunner when they get shunted out of a net space or a data fortress. They call them net architectures now. It's weird to me. I don't want to spend a whole bunch of time reading, so I'm just going to go ahead and rule on it. We'll change it later if it is something different, and we find out that later. I'm just going to deal some damage to you.
Okay.
Brain damage. Looks like 8 more damage to you.
Ooh.
So yeah, you see at one point, like those of you who are in the room with him. He kind of goes blank for a second and starts kind of focusing in on his virtuality goggles intently. Then he seems to kind of switch and look into a different direction. Then he kind of convulses a bit at the first instance of the Hellhound. And then you see him kind of shaking and grab his goggles and kind of pull them off of his eyes as he's kind of torn in half mentally in that space. But yeah, he seems to be alive-ish, but definitely not unshook. What do you say after? And oh yeah, you're getting a nice haunch of this cat right now. Nice side haunch there.
You all right there,
Oh,
bud?
he's on the roof. Yeah, this is gonna be. You guys better get ready.
You hear a voice come through the radio. I see him. And then you would hear in the phone as the rifle goes off. You compose yourself a couple of seconds and snap back into the goggles to look through the camera. And you would see kind of the aftermath of the shot. It looks like there's a massive hole in the cloak and the figure's diving off the side of the building.
Shit.
Okay. Well, he got him again.
You might not stay down this time either.
He's going off the building right now. At that point, I'm not gonna be able to see him.
I hit him again. I think I knocked him off the back of the building.
So we don't know where he is now?
No idea.
Well, shit, what are we supposed to do now? I'm gonna go back up towards the, that front door, just in case.
Okay.
And ready mine weapons. Because that's the only door
into this place.
In and out.
Yeah, it'd have to be through a window if he was coming in a different direction. But the windows are pretty reinforced themselves.
They thick.
Indeed. Okay. If you kind of keep your eyes cycling through the cameras, everyone else kind of remains tense. Caroline says, "This is going really well. I think I'm just going to go with Network 54's offer. It's lucrative enough, and this is really tense. Yeah. I'm starting the upload now. I'm going to need about 3 hours.
3 hours.
Hey, it's better than all night.
She has a point.
Oh, shit! Ah! You hear from the phone, and then it just kind of buzzes out.
Coomer?
Oh, no.
Coomer.
What can I see on the camera?
Can't see over that way.
I see a cat moves.
What am I able to see on the?
Oh, you get your
What am I able to see on the roof?
Yeah, nothing on the roof.
You can't
Nothing?
see anything because there's a cat in the way.
No. So Coomer was on a roof across the way. You can't see over that far.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, whatever happened to Coomer happened over on his roof.
I can't see the other roof from the roof we're on.
Make a perception check. Like I said, it's quite a distance away.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see if I can just find perception. Oh, there it is.
Better part of 300.
You have to perceive.
15.
Not too bad actually. That would be enough to see just a bit. You would see the cloak kind of fluttering and kind of standing over something, and then kind of turning around, and then as you're kind of watching it, the camera just starts fuzzing out.
Well, I would probably say your goodbyes to Coomer.
On the phone, what you would have heard, the "oh shit," and then you would have heard like screaming and kind of a ripping sound, and then you would have heard like maybe 30 seconds later, about the time he says you should start saying your goodbyes to Coomer, a loud boom sound as the rifle went off.
Don't you die on me, you fuck.
No.
Shoot him!
The presumption is that he used the Night City Stalker took the rifle and used it to shoot out the camera.
Nah, that's not how it happened. Nah, it can't be. Not my Kuma boy.
Medina, kind of looking at you all. Are we good?
Hmm? Oh no, no.
At least he's honest. At least he's honest.
We've got about 2.5 more hours, so. What are we doing? Are we gonna be good?
I'd say it's about 50-50.
Get up here.
Does it comfort you to know that I for sure will be okay?
Nope.
Oh, yeah, that makes me happy.
Awesome.
At least someone will be.
That's fair. So yeah, after about 25-30 minutes more, so we're looking at the 2-hour mark, you would see the Night City Stalker once again enter into the lobby and start walking up to the elevator again. You've got camera bead on him. You can see that, the portion of the arm where the cyber deck was has been kind of ripped out, so there's a bit of a cavity to it. But in the other arm, he's kind of just holding over his shoulder a long rifle, which looks like a really nice piece of kit. Looks like it looks very familiar to one of you, but you don't see it. But yeah, it's a really nice sniper rifle. And he's just walking over to the door. Once he gets there, he kind of shoulders.
Dave, did you order something? Oh, sorry.
Well, I did, so I will go get that.
The camera gets shot out not too long after he enters in. But it does look like he was taking up station next to the elevator last you saw him.
Ding. I text Sagan again.
Okay. He calls. The phone rings.
Pick it up.
Listen, if you're causing problems inside the building, I wouldn't suggest it. Our landlords aren't exactly too keen on damage being done to their building. I didn't know how serious it was the way you mentioned it before. I would suggest getting out of here. There is a fire escape inside the elevator chute. There's also that's pretty much it.
We already know this. This guy's coming up here. We need to do something.
I'm glad I'm about 2 floors below you.
God damn it.
But I would suggest hoofing it, making your way on up the elevator shaft.
All right. I just hang up abruptly. Okay, guys, we got to start climbing.
Caroline just kind of looks at you. Yeah, as long as we're here, it's fine. She says that she kind of looks at the her deck, closes it, and kind of saddles it into her bag. You see her kind of looking around at the others, and she pulls out a Wonder 9.
What are we doing?
We got to climb up the fire escape.
Why?
It's our only way out. Go down. He's down there.
Is he getting up?
Do you check into any of your other systems, Michael? You would see that he blows out the camera on the lobby, and it looked like he was setting up near the elevator.
Yeah, I assumed that he couldn't get in the elevator at all since I disabled the program that would allow him to override that ability.
Do you check the elevator systems?
Yeah, let's check that.
Looks like there's a breach on the first floor. Looks like someone forcibly opened the door. And that's where the car was left. So.
Yeah, he's probably gonna climb up the elevator shaft if nothing else.
The elevator, as you're kind of jacked into it, starts to move. seems like someone has manipulated it to allow it to go. Do you want to stop
Can
it
I
again?
fight that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, again, you have control over it. So yeah, you lock it down. Do you want to do anything else with it while you have control of it?
I don't really know what else I could
As you're
probably do with
thinking,
an
you get
elevator.
another security alert. It seems that the secure access on the top of the elevator has been breached. Someone has entered into the shaft through the top of the elevator.
I wanted to move it. I want to go ahead and start moving it down.
Back down. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. The rest of you, are you doing anything while that's happening? Caroline Medina looks like she's ready to move if you need to move.
Am I hearing any of those?
You're hearing a kind of side along.
Okay.
What is there anything? What's up on the upper floors of this hospital?
Whole lot of roof. Oh, you're talking
Just
about
roof.
like the floors? Oh, there's other like apartment facilities like this one.
It's all like this though.
Yeah.
Their basement?
Is the elevator the only way, like up or down, other than the fire escape?
The stairwell is inside of the fire or inside of the elevator chute. So yeah.
Yeah. So he's inside the elevator shaft, just so everyone knows, and I am currently trying to keep him from getting up here. So that part is not available.
That's the only way in and out.
We could shoot down the elevator.
I guess we can't shoot down the elevator.
Well, the elevator's already down. It's already on the base level, based on what Michael has said, right?
Yeah, but if he's
Yeah.
climbing up, I mean,
Like
we
fish.
take our guns and we shoot down.
Yeah, that's actually 100% an option.
Like fish in a barrel.
And you could continue like climbing to get further away from him. But if you stay on this level, you're basically backs to the wall inside of this place. And I mean, it's a good place. You can hide behind a lot of doors, but based on what you've seen of him, he's persistent.
Well,
I
I
lock
want
the,
my security deposit back, so
Can I lock the vertical access to the inside of the elevator cab?
The only way you would have been able to do that, like, well, he okay, so basically, let me explain it to you, because this is what you'd be able to read from this. So, before we move too far forward, he opened the elevator door, got in. He figured out how to manipulate the elevator car, and he got it up about a floor. You stopped him. While you were thinking of what to do, he ripped out the security access.
Oh, so he
on the
destroyed it.
top of the door and got out. So he is on top of the car. Then you lowered the car
Yeah.
with him on it. Presumably, he's got an extra floor to get up.
Yeah.
You being on the 6th floor of 12.
Do I have access to the outer door of the level we're on right now? Being that it's part of the elevator?
Yeah.
Am I able to lock, like, well, I guess it's already shut and everything, right?
Yeah.
So I want to stay focused on that door as well to maintain the lock on it
Okay.
at this point.
Is anyone else doing anything else?
I want to open the door.
I have to let Gwen out of the closet real quick.
Sure. So if you go up to the door that's Crystal's
know she was
standing
there.
at, you pop it open and look outside. There's the lobby, the small little lobby that you have on your floor, and there's the elevator door. Okay.
Oh, I'm so big.
And
Oh.
what have you done?
I didn't know I could resize my thing.
That's great.
he ate too many
This is how you increase your health pool.
It's probably it's probably maybe like 15, 20 feet wide, 15, 20 feet long, and then elevator door, right? Do you want to go and check the elevator door?
Yeah, I want to try and open it because I like
Okay.
Odette's idea about shooting down.
It's not too hard for you to do so. You have a body of 6, right?
Oh no! Don't ask me like stat questions. I don't remember. Body.
Well, it's a good way to check.
Where do I
Hey,
find body?
if you're
Main page.
don't open that door.
Top right.
Crystal can be behind him, locked and loaded.
If you look at your skills or your stats there, on the far right you should have EMP and then body. If you go from right to left.
Oh yeah, body 6.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is like
It takes
seems
some,
like I'm at odds with Carbon's plan to keep the door locked.
Got a plan.
it takes some effort, but you manage to open the door, and you would see that down at the base in kind of like a red kind of scheme color light, because it seems that there's emergency lighting inside of the framework due to it being forced open. You would see on top of the elevator car an individual kind of reaching back down underneath and pulling up a very familiar rifle. And the individual doesn't seem to notice you because you're 60 feet above him, and kind of settles that down, looks at it, and seems to kind of chamber another round into it. It being a massive bolt-action rifle.
That piece of shit got Betsy.
He doesn't seem to notice you, and he kind of starts looking around. Are you doing anything besides just looking down at him? Or are you just closing the doors?
Take him out before he's.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull my gun out.
Alright, do you want to take some shots? I mean, he's pretty much out in the open, 60 feet away.
I'm definitely gonna shoot Betsy because he can't touch Betsy but Coomer.
Alright, so, for shooting, let's see. Go to combat. And you have a very heavy pistol. Pull that bad boy out. At a 60-foot range, which would be, again, we're talking in, we typically talk in meters for the game, but I'm American. Stupid American. So that would be about 30. That's not right. Let me just do one of these. 60 feet in meters. It's 18 meters. Thanks, Internet. You pull out the beefeater, point it down at him, and you're wanting to take a shot. So to make the shot, you need to make an attack. So that would be the first one there.
Hey.
And what'd you get?
13.
Okay. Wow, that's actually 10.
Super trash.
You rolled a 1. Yeah. So you'd subtract 5 from the roll because it's a critical failure. So it's a 10. The shot goes, it barrels down at him, and I'm gonna have you roll just roll a percentile, roll a 100-sided die. Yeah. So you watch as the gun hits the rifle and splinters its chambering system, basically causing the weapon to be inert. In response, you watch the guy look up and his arms kind of snap back, his hands kind of fold out, and these blades kind of rocket out of his hands, and he kind of looks up at you and then ducks to the side, kind of moving away so he's no longer visible.
Mantis boy.
At that point, do you want to shut the door or try and find him?
I'm going to keep trying to poke at him.
All right. Well, you hear gunfire outside, Crystal, and everyone else.
Is there anything around here that I could use to like make explosives or something?
If you were a tech, maybe, but you are a med tech. That is the wrong kind of tech. You can certainly buy explosives moving forward. We'll cover that in the in-between times. But yeah, real quick,
In between.
I'm going to go from everyone to everyone, and we're just going to find out what everyone's doing. Caroline Medina is hiding in this bathroom. Okay? That's where she lives now. Crystal, just outside at the elevator door. He is shooting a big handgun down into the tunnelway. Just one so far. Do you want to move out to assist him, or stay where you are and hold a defensive position? Or something else?
Hold defensive, but yell at him to ask if he's okay. So,
Okay.
hey, what's your name? You okay over there?
Me?
Did you get him?
I missed. I got my target, but slippery.
Odette trying to turn tables into explosives. It sounds like there's a bit of panic there. But do you want to do anything in specific?
I want to take kind of a defensive position right before, like right here.
Okay.
so that I could like guard this doorway.
Okay. Kind of a last line of defense for Caroline.
Yes.
And Michael, is Carvin doing anything in particular, or just couch riding?
I am asking. I don't remember his
Calvin.
name either. David character.
Calvin.
Calvin. Calvin. If you shut the door, I can raise the elevator and get him all the way to the possibly the top and everything, so that he can't get through to us as easily, and we could potentially escape.
That sounds like a plan too.
Okay. Okay.
That's why I was telling you not to open it in the first place.
So, we're going to be moving into
Gwen.
an initiative tracker. So, how initiative works in a Cyberpunk is you will go ahead and click on. I think it's in combat. Is it in combat?
Yeah.
Sorry, it's new to me too. No. Interesting. So I know you make a awareness notice check. Wait a minute. I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna read the rules, and we're gonna just be simple about it. Friday night firefight, easy peasy. Tuesday night,
Tuesday night.
Tuesday. Well, no. So the gimmick has always been it's like Thursday.
Tuesday night throwdown.
Thursday night throwdown is already a thing.
Dang it.
Friday night firefight, Saturday night shootout, but Tuesday night.
Tuesday night.
Throwdown. No.
Tuesday night.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that was in French.
So combat actions in a very brief function. Move action. You can move all the time, or you could. You can always move your move stat. If you take the move action as your action during a turn, you can move your move stat again, twice more actually. So 3 total move in a turn if you take the move action. You can take the attack action. You make a melee or ranged attack. You can take the choke action, which you choke a opponent that you have grabbed. You can equip or drop a shield as an action. You can use anything as a shield, by the way, including other people. Get into a vehicle is an action. Get into an elevator will not be an action, by the way. It's not technically a vehicle. Get up is an action, so if you're knocked down, getting up would be your action. Otherwise, you can't take a move action while you're prone. And then grab is an action you can take to grab someone or something. You can hold action so that you take your action at a later point. Human shield, as mentioned, equip shield. Reload, a weapon takes an action. You've already fired 1 of the 8 shots with your beefeater, so you have 7 remaining.
Oh, dude.
Run is a additional move action. Start a vehicle is an action. Stabilize a target that is bleeding is an action. Throw something or someone. Use net actions. You get multiple net actions, but it takes 1 action to use all of them. Use an object, use a skill, and maneuver a vehicle. So that said, that's the baseline of actions. But when it comes to your turn, you're going to move up to your move, which is one of your stats, and that's a number of squares equal to that, and you're going to take an action. But when it comes to starting the fight, we're just going to go with initiative being your reflexes, and we'll pull down from there. If you are a solo, you add your combat awareness. So I'm going to add everyone. And David, what is your reflex?
My reflex is 8.
Michael, what's your reflex?
Where is reflex?
Should be on your stats. Should be on the far left side next to Dex and the other one.
Intelligence.
That's it.
Oh, gotcha. It's 8.
Okay. Odette, your reflex?
Oh, you just said where it was, and I was like looking for it, so I didn't
Between
hear you.
intelligence and dex on character stats.
Oh, it's not skills.
Nah.
Oh, that's why.
Under
Oh, it's 5.
All right. Crystal, you have 6 in combat awareness or combat sense, and your reflex is
7.
so you'll be going on 13.
Yeah.
And Caroline Medina goes on a 5 as well. And Brightman will be going on 15. So at the very start of the initiative round, you saw him kind of dip into the shadows during the pre-fight. You then hear a as it's moving up the steps. You see a quick glimmer of him, kind of as he runs up. You don't have a good beat on him. You could probably squeeze off a shot, but he'll have cover. That said, it goes to Crystal. You are holding the line at the door. You can see the back of Calvin pointing his gun down the elevator shaft. You can hold your action for a later point in the queue, which is kind of like readying an action.
Yeah. I'm going to ready my.
You're just gonna hold, so you don't have
Yeah.
You don't have to designate anything in this. You just
Oh,
get your initiative later.
Okay. Yeah, because there's nothing that I can see, and I don't know of anything to do necessarily than yell at him to close the stupid doors.
So, Michael, you are still jacked into the camera systems. The presumption is since the 2 cameras that you were able to see out of are knocked out, you're slotted on the one that's right in the lounge. It's directly over Crystal's head. So you are looking at the same view as Crystal, except that you are seeing it from like about 3-4 feet higher. It's the back of Calvin, gun pointed down, standing in the elevator doorway.
Yep. So am I able to like ready anything while I'm also jacked into like the elevator and stuff?
So you can take net actions instead of meat actions, or you can take 1 meat action. So if you were wanting to manipulate the elevator like you said, then you'll want to do so. Moving the elevator is 1 net action. That's basically playing with the program there.
I can't until he shuts the door.
You can move the elevator right in front of him. I mean, the door doesn't have to be closed.
Well, but if it's open, then he can jump out really fast into the room, and I want him to hit the ceiling.
Except there will be an elevator blocking the doorway if you move it up into your space.
Oh.
So here's the elevator door, right?
No,
Wait,
but like
isn't
right
he
before,
on top?
yeah, he's on top. Right before I'd block it, he could jump through.
I told you he jumped off the elevator, and he's currently running up the stairwell that runs alongside it.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, that's a really weird
elevator.
thing.
Yeah, so
to...
yeah, it's strange. So it's like elevator shaft, right? And then if you step inside of the elevator shaft, there's like a small walkway in between the 2 doors, and just to the side of that little walkway is a stairwell that goes alongside the elevator.
Oh, okay. I was just misunderstanding that. I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
Okay. So then yes, let's move it up, block the doorway for now.
So the elevator zooms up, and you see it settle into position, kind of causing you to back up a bit. The door of the elevator is closed. The door that you are holding open is open. All right, so that's 1 action to move the elevator, and it's fast enough. I said 30 miles per hour to arrive there in that segment. So you still have 2 actions besides that. Open the door on the elevator.
Yeah, let's open the door for now.
Okay. And you have 1 more action if you want to take it. Oh, sorry, no, you wouldn't have, because you were in the camera. You would had to switch to the elevator, then move the elevator, then open the elevator door.
Yep, that's it too.
David.
Well, now I think I've lost the thread entirely here.
So you are now standing at the elevator, and you know that he's still inside of the elevator.
He's still in the shaft.
The stairwell that he's running up would allow him to get, if he'd gone all the way up, he would have been able to jump or run along the side of the side of the inside of the elevator to get to you. But now there's an elevator blocking that. So the only way to get into the door that you're in is for him to run past the elevator
And
then
jump back down the hole.
into the elevator itself.
I hate this guy.
If he goes back in, can you basically just slam the elevator into the ground?
It's a hard check for him to do, but he'd have to. That would be when he has to hack out.
I'll let the doors close, and then I'll check.
Well,
I'll just make sure.
They're open. So since he opened the elevator's doors, even if you try to let the doors close, they will hold.
Oh, they stay open?
Yeah, because
Okay.
the elevator car, their doors are open.
I'm just gonna check in with Carbon to see if he can keep the first floor doors open.
What?
I don't really.
The first floor?
Yeah, because if we try and go down and he cuts the wire,
Well, I probably could, but not until my next turn.
I don't have anything else to do.
Totally out of character.
I just don't want to get squished.
Carbon, you would have also had the opportunity to move if you wanted to.
Nah, just comfortable. If I'm gonna die in comfort.
Okay. Well then, since nobody is moving towards the door, it doesn't seem there's any effort to move towards the elevator shaft. Caroline, David, I'm assuming you're holding, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Caroline does not exit the bathroom. Odette?
I'm basically, this is a door here, right? Kind of in front of me.
Yeah.
I'm going to shut that door and actually take position behind one of these beds. And the idea is if he comes through here, I'm just going to have a direct shot at him.
Okay.
Can I, ready? Do you have to ready a weapon?
Well,
or?
it's holding, yeah. So when you hold, basically you just take your action later.
Okay.
Oh, no. So holding in this game, you have to choose a specific action. Got it. So yeah, you're readying to shoot the shotgun if the bad guy enters through the door. All right. And Crystal, you obviously were ready to shoot if the guy came through the elevator door.
Yes.
All right. Well, it cycles back around to him, and you definitely hear footfalls inside the elevator shaft. Sounds like he's moving pretty fast, but not fast enough to clear 6 flights of stairs in 6 seconds. Your presumption is he'll either be on top of the elevator in the next 3 to 6 seconds. Rounds in this game taking 3 seconds, by the way. So, 2 rounds at most. Crystal? Elevator's up.
We're still just waiting on him.
Mm-hmm. If that's what you want to do.
I mean, yeah, the only other thing that I had an idea for was
If the plan is back to the wall, by the way, it's going to be, and it sounds like we've got a tier effect, it's going to be elevator, fight with Calvin. After he kills Calvin, it's going to be move up to the doors, break them open to get to Crystal, kill Crystal. After killing Crystal, move to the apartment doors, break them open. I'm not saying that this is for sure. It just seems like it's what's going to happen. And then Odette will shoot and then probably get murdered. And then I guess he'll just leave Carbon on the couch and just, go for the prize.
I want us all back in my truck.
I just want to make sure, because that's what it's
This is what it's becoming.
well, Crystal
the
can
plan
currently
is.
see Calvin and the elevator because
You'll be able to shoot before that. Yeah, if you want to leave the doors open.
I figured that I had the doors open and I'm not necessarily in there still, but I'm in the doorway, kind of using those doors almost as half a shield almost, and
Got
kind
it.
of
Got it.
I'm just hoping if
Yeah.
Carbon can get him to the roof, we can get down to the floor.
Got
I'm also readying to beg for mercy.
it. So, Crystal, you're still ready to fire if he pops into the elevator.
yeah. If once I see him, we go into Blam Town.
Going to bang, 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 bang. It's gun. It's gun.
Blam blam.
It's gun shooty time. All right, Michael, you're still connected to the elevator as it stands. So, do you want to jack into a different system, or do you want to maintain control of this one?
He's not inside the elevator yet, right? He said 6 seconds, so...
To your knowledge, he's not. Someone would have to kind of tell you that that's the case, or you'd need to switch to camera.
I'm gonna swap to camera to see
Okay.
if I can see the elevator.
All right. And the other two actions, just letting him spin.
Well, can I see anything in the camera?
He's not there. Just again, back of Calvin.
Gotcha. So with my other two actions, I want to snap to the elevator control and close the doors.
Okay. So, Calvin, you're kind of standing there waiting at the door, and the door's shut. All right. So, David, back to your turn. Do you want to back away from the elevator and move to where she's at?
Still has a name.
I'm sorry.
Kidding.
Crystal. No, I'll keep my post.
Is that where you?
Just
Okay.
Just waiting for the chance to get out of here.
Okay. Odette, same, holding the post.
Yes, and depending on how, if he's coming in here like full health, I'm just gonna beg for mercy. Like, forget shooting him.
He's been hit twice by a pretty big sniper rifle. I mean, you guys might have a chance.
Okay.
Maybe.
So, Crystal, right before your turn, you do hear kind of a thud sound in the elevator. Like he might be in there.
Like inside the elevator. But the doors are closed now, right?
Correct.
Well, shit. Ooh. Is there that little space in the elevator? That's dumb. Never mind. It's not gonna work. I was gonna say, you know, that little gap in the elevator? Stick the gun barrel in there. And...
You'd have to move up to do it. You could certainly try. I will not say no. But you're not going to do that, right?
Nah.
Okay.
That sounds dumb.
All right. Michael,
The
you
more I thought about
still
it.
have control of the elevator.
You said we can just like stand by an action, right?
So for net actions, it wouldn't be the case. If you're going to hold an action, even if it is a net action, it would need to be your whole action. So you cannot play 3-action game if you're going to do the hold.
No, I mean, like, can I do a singular net action and hold it?
Yeah.
Okay. And do they react, or they work like reactions in D&D then?
They'll kind of interrupt like how you got interrupted by the hellhound.
Cool. So I want to begin readying the ability to move the elevator up,
Okay.
but we're only holding that action.
Okay. So you're basically preparing to do the hack. Got it.
Yeah, like immediately up.
Okay. So, David, you know he's in there. Just so you are aware, the elevator door is not impenetrable. This is not a game like Dungeons and Dragons. You can shoot through a door. The door that you're shooting through, it's actually 2 doors. But it's made out of a pretty flimsy aluminum metal. Nothing too serious. Yeah. That's 100% an option.
I mean, I'm putting money on Carvin getting that elevator up so that we can get down. So I'll spend my action to ready like my grapple gun.
Okay. So you got the beefeater on one side and you pull out the grappling gun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Screw that, shoot him.
Wait, could I shoot him?
I
I've
Go
got
up at any
25
time.
in my rifle.
Well, it's currently David's turn, and you're ready specifically to shoot him when you see
That's
him.
true.
You don't see him yet.
Damn. I didn't know I could. Never mind. We good. We good. Next time we'll get him.
I can't hold both though, right?
One or the other.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm holding my grappling gun.
All right.
I'll back up. I'll back up a bit.
Caroline.
Can I let because I don't know if Carolina knows about our plan to try and get out.
So you back up into so real quick because it's not on the map, but I want to make sure you're aware. The doors at the bottom of this map are the doors that lead into a small room, which then leads to the elevator. Sorry, I know it's a bit confusing, and I promise to do better by maps in the future. It's just this one was thrown together pretty quick. So do you want to? You move back to Crystal and hold to shoot if he comes.
Oh, so there's like a tiny room in front of me, in
Yeah.
front of this that
Yeah.
I don't see.
that you were in.
Oh. Yeah, I'll back up as far as Crystal,
Okay.
at least to be able to holler.
And the doors you're standing near are very secure doors. If they are shut and locked, they will be hard to get through. So just a note there. Okay, so then it'll go back to the top. You watch as what appears to be one hand and one metal blade come through the elevator doors and very quickly pull them open, like it's not even an action to him. But now visually seeing him, Crystal, and also you all lot, and also the elevator time, it'll go straight down through initiative order since you're all taking actions at the same time. So Crystal shots first. So you will be shooting at a target. So first things first, you'll go to the combat section of your character sheet. Then you'll click on whether you're going to do auto fire or a regular shot. Do you want to shoot like a 3-shot burst into him, or do you want to just shoot one shot?
3.
Okay, so click on auto fire.
Cool.
All
20
right.
win.
So yeah, you are within short range for him, so that will hit, and it will hit by more than 3, which means that 3 rounds will go in. So when you click on damage, I want you to do so 3 times for the weapon.
Okay. 2, 3,
Okay.
17, 13, 15.
You watch the first round, it looks like it actually gets into the armor, and then the second one doesn't, and then the third one does. It looks like his armor is pretty heavy, but it looks like it's just barely getting in, so not very deeply wounding him.
Well, shit.
But that's going to be 3. No, because auto fire only ablates once, so that's going to be 1 down on his armor slot, which is why he's at 14. Got it. Okay, solid. A little bit of damage. And then you have a grappling gun ready? Okay, so shoot him.
What? No, it's not for him.
Oh, what was your ready? What are you readying it for?
If elevator went up, I could use the grappling gun to go down and create a way of
in,
people easily
in
getting up.
initiative order, shouldn't I be next before him?
Yeah, that's true. Sorry, go ahead, Michael.
Yeah. So my reaction, we're going up.
Make an interface check. So that is actually a -3.
Oh no.
So what ends up happening here is you hear the security systems lock into... Wait, sorry. You weren't trying to drop it. You weren't trying to get rid of the security systems. You're just moving it?
I'm moving it up. Yeah.
Oh, then no roll necessary.
Oh, okay.
I thought you said you were trying to drop it.
No.
Okay.
I was gonna.
If you're just moving it, then yeah, you still have control of it. Yeah, the elevator starts going up. That's fine. David, the elevator's underside is now about 30 feet above you.
Then I'm a holler. Let's skedaddle.
But since, yeah, I didn't understand what you were doing. You can't shoot a grappler like that. So...
No, yeah, I have to move back into the room and shoot up
Yeah.
so that I can rappel down.
But Crystal goes first. You are too far away at this point to hear anything from the elevator shaft. The
That's fair.
presumption is he used the rest of his turn to do something, though.
No problemo.
Wait, me?
Yeah, it's your initiative. The elevator goes
Oh,
up.
again?
You see him come out, and he's like, ta-da! And then, Jew.
Oh, so he was like, "Here's Johnny." Then I'm like, "Pew pew," and then
the
he
elevator was going up the
zoom.
whole time. Yeah.
Oh, can I shoot him again?
He's not visible to you.
Oh, well, shit.
30 feet up.
Can I poke my head in there and shoot
So
up through the floor?
you move up and you point at the bottom of the elevator. Now the elevator car is a little bit more sturdy than the door, but it is not impenetrable. So yeah, if you want to go ahead and take a shot at it, you can. So, auto fire.
Yeah.
Click on that.
Oh, 14.
The car is not hard to hit, but only one of those rounds will actually be able to penetrate. So go ahead and click on damage.
Once.
Mhm.
18.
Yeah, you're pretty sure you hear it enter in and kind of bounce around and hit something. You're not sure if it did anything to him though, because you can't see your target.
Fair enough.
All right, Michael. You do not think he's going to be in the elevator car for long, or is still in the elevator car, but you can't see him to know if he is or not. That said, what would you like to do? All the way up to the ceiling?
Yeah, we're still going up.
All right.
Yeah, I'd like to open the doors at the bottom level, though.
You're taking the elevator up.
Mhm.
Oh, and you're opening the bottom doors. Got it.
Yeah, bottom doors.
Got it. All right. Michael done. David up. Moving up to the door. The elevator is now at the top level, presumably, so a good 6 stories above you, and the bottom floor is 6 stories below you. If you want to connect your grapple gun here and rappel down, connecting the grapple gun and rappelling would be one action, I'd say.
Is there enough time for me to convey like to
plan?
Audette, yeah, to Audette, Carolina, and Carbon, like, hey, group up on me. Group up on me.
Again, something that you should presume that you're doing, and again, in the future, I'll need you to relay that you're doing it. But your agents, like you did with your boy Coomer, you can connect them so that you're basically on walkie-talkie mode, and basically talk to your friends, like
like in real life.
like in real life, you like a phone, like.
So you can be like, "Hey, bitch, let's
So
go."
If you use your action to connect to him, then you could do that.
All right, I still move, and my action would be like calling everyone to let them know, like, hey, I'm about to give us a line down.
You could yell back to Crystal, and she could just, as a free action, yell back behind her, and then they would hear it.
Yeah,
Oh, shit,
I
I'm
can
cool
do
with that. Yeah, if you give me that option, I'm gonna do that one.
And connect the rappel gun and start
And
rappelling.
Yeah.
Autobots roll out.
So your movement is a 5, right?
Boom, 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 boom. Yes.
So I'd say you'd be able to rappel about 2 meters down to start.
Okay.
All right. And if you hoof it during your next turn, then you can go. If the yelling happens and Caroline hears it, Caroline comes out of the bathroom with the deck in hand, and she says, "What? We're leaving now?"
While we can.
And
Let's go.
she'll move out the door. That's as far as she can go, having to have gotten up from prone and rush out because she was sitting in the shower. All right, Odette.
Like, getting on. Oh, out of here.
Okay. So, like I said, as
Making my way downtown.
if you're just trying to beeline it, you can run as your action. So your movement is 6, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
If you run, you can move 3 times your move. So you'd be able to move it. You could get to the front door, no problem.
Okay.
Cool.
I will do that.
All right. It goes to him.
Which way?
So you both are at the door. You shot up. The next thing that you see, Crystal and also Repelling Lad, is what looks like very high caliber rounds coming through the bottom of the floor of the elevator and slamming into the shaft. I would like the 2 of you to... Hold on a second. I need to double check some rules.
Guys, full of tricks.
Great. We got a mad lad over here.
The maddest of lads.
The maddest of
My
lads.
security deposit.
It's the elevator. It's not part of your apartment.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, it's totally fine. I think it's dexterity? Evade. Go ahead and make evade rolls.
That is skills.
Yeah, skills. Top right should be.
Yeah. 14.
And
There it is.
for Calvin? Yeah, both of you are good. Basically, what appears to be very high caliber ammunition from a very high velocity and high spin rate weapon seem to be coming through the elevator car. After about 3 seconds of this loud kind of sound of metal just being scraped apart, you watch the elevator car just pass the door and just drop down the elevator shaft.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, I see what he did.
It then crashes loudly at the bottom. As a solo, you would realize that there's no way that person in that cloak with no weapons of any kind on him was able to emit the amount of destruction that was just wrought. It does seem like it's something above that.
So there's something worse. Wait, am I in? I'm not in the elevator shaft.
No. You were right at it, but
Yeah, yeah.
the evade roll you made allowed you to kind of
Okay.
back away and not get wrecked.
Can I duck in now and look up?
Yeah. So you would see that there's a bit of bright light because it's evening time. It's not quite done with the day yet. Looks like the door to the elevator access from the roof has been opened, and it looks like, from what you can see, 3 individuals are coming down, and the entirety of the ceiling of the elevator shaft mechanism has been ripped apart. And above that, you can see an AV-4 with a massive gun pointed down, barrels glowing hot from the dispersion of the rounds from before. You also see the logo Militech emblazoned on the side of the AV-4.
Militech and I are cool, right? I think I remember that.
The lady that you're currently protecting is trying to out-Militech to the news.
Oh, right. Shit.
With Militech? Those
Militech's here!
Crystal, it would cycle back around down to you. They look like they're heading down from the top story, but it looks like they're doing so cautiously, like they're not aware of the scenario.
Oh. Well, I'm gonna duck in and be like, y'all, we gotta get out of here. Militech's here. Is there like
Caroline
another
says, "What?
exit?
We gotta go."
Yeah. we gotta fucking fly.
Do you just start booking it down the stairway, or do you wait for everybody to move? Like, again, we're in an initiative counter, so
Yeah.
every second matters.
Yeah, I'm gonna move.
You're going down steps.
Wait, no, that's dumb because they got big boy guns.
No, big boy guns are upstairs, though.
Yeah, but they just blasted a fucking elevator.
Yeah, they probably had a way of finding him, though. So
True. Yeah, so then we gonna start flying.
moving down. So if you're taking the run action, your movement speed is 6, right? Moves 6?
Yes.
Okay, so you're able to kind of get down 2 flights of stairs in 3 seconds, no problem. Moving. You're getting down.
We're hopping those
The rails.
banisters.
We're getting through. Michael, still on the couch.
Well, at this point, seeing her running out, I'm going to go ahead and follow her.
Okay, just for you, you're going to have to run just to get to the door. That's not even to the elevator shaft. So, yeah. David, you are right where Crystal's at, and she says, "We got to go," and starts running.
Oh, I'm not dead?
No.
No.
We
I
dodged
thought an
it.
elevator crushed me.
No, we dodged it.
No.
Oh, thank God.
Wait, no. Hold on. You were repelling.
Yeah.
You made your evade check. No.
Oh, no.
You made your evade.
Yeah.
You made your evade check.
You
I thought
hopped
you were
onto
just, I
the
thought you were
stairs
just
or
sliding
something.
over the fact I died.
Okay.
He must have like hopped
So-
up onto the stairs or something,
You
right?
you lose the grappling gun. It's gone. There's no way that thing is salvageable. That's gotta go. But you managed to Batman swing over to the stairs and jump into them. And so as she's running, she kind of gets to where you are at in the turn it takes her to get to where she's at.
Type of shit.
I'm gonna shove him.
So real quick, if everyone is booking for the door, I'm only going to need a stealth roll from Michael because he's the only one who's like lagging behind. But everyone else is able to kind of get down before.
But I've got to move 7. It's even bigger than others, people.
It is pretty good. I'll take that into account for your stealth check. You're just trying to
It's
do
stealth.
Yeah, should be
Okay.
on the skill sheet. Oh, real good. So yeah, you've ran out of
19, yeah.
hot bars before. This is not your first rodeo. A lot of you managed to get outside. Once you do so, you can see that just across the street, at the building where Coomer was, there are 3 SUVs, Militech logo emblazoned on the side of them. Looks like there's about 4 operatives outside, and it looks like they've got flashlights inside and are moving up the building. Like they know that there was something that happened on that building. As you're looking at that building, you realize that it appears to be a office building of some sort. You didn't really ask about it because it wasn't a building you were concerned with, and your friend was on it. But yeah, it appears to be some sort of office building. So presumably something happened there that triggered their ire. That said, it seems like they're operating on this building as well and doing some shenanigans. And you group managed to get past the wreckage of the elevator at the base, get out, see the Militech cars, and get into the truck. Once in the truck, you notice that Caroline has turned her system off. She's no longer connected. And she looks at you lot and says, go, 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 go. You're in charge, David. You're the one driving.
Yeah.
Where are we going?
Do I know where like the black market and shit is?
Not so
Like-
much. Like a place to go that would be safe? Or just somewhere to sell something is what you're trying to...
Well, no, I'm trying to pick up some cause like we need that remote deck or whatever it is, right?
Yeah. Well, not really. You have one. It's just if he's willing to let you use it.
Yeah, if he ain't saying it, I ain't.
He said he
My
didn't
current plan
have
is to head that way until
Out of character,
we can come up with a safer place.
an argument would ensue, but what Carbon will probably tell you is if you use his remote, it isn't that he's not willing to do it. The problem is that whoever he connects with after that point will be able to know where he's located. So it's not a good thing for a runner to just pass out their cyber decks and let people, look up their whatever information they want on it. He's playing a net runner right by rights. But yeah, again, you're the one in charge. You're driving. So you're just trying to look for somewhere where you might be able to pick up a remote deck, or are you thinking go somewhere safe?
Well, yeah, because in my head, it's like if I can get one of those, we can go back to the Gibson camp.
We
Sure.
can get the heck out of Dodge.
Okay. So then you're probably going to be running down towards City Center and hoping to find something on the outskirts of the red. Some fixers who are willing to sell some loose tech that they might have salvaged from the mess that is the center of Night City. Is that your goal?
For the moment,
All right.
that's the goal.
That's where you start driving. And yeah, it doesn't... I need you, David. Presumably you're trying to do so without drawing a scene to the big truck driving off.
Yeah, we're just
Oh.
going for tacos.
Go ahead and make a
Yeah, sure. Yeah, gotcha.
go ahead and make a stealth check.
Where's stealth?
It should be under skills. Actually, you're doing it with the vehicle. Go back to your front page and just do a drive land vehicle.
Whoop.
Hell yeah. So you're like, all right, everyone chill. And then just shift into reverse, do a nice 3-point, and drive around the building real slow with no lights on. And then The second you get onto a main strip away from Militech site, lights up and go.
Zoom.
Nice vibe. Heading into Night City. Heading towards the city center.
Playing, loving every minute of it.
We gotta get a remote there.
Playing Plastic Love the way there.
Perfect. So that's where we'll end the first session of Series 1. And we'll pick up next session with you heading towards the city center and meeting some
Amazing.
people who are willing to sell you some loose gear. All right. Thanks for watching, and we'll pick up then next week. Stop the
Sick.
stream.